Hello everybody. Hopefully the audio is mixing okay and you can hear me just fine. Welcome to my first ever Devstream stream in a very long time. Today I'm going to be working on a game called Bygone, which is a story about a guy who crash lands on a planet that's eerily familiar. Spoiler, it's Earth, but just way in the future. Yeah, so in general, this is the stream where I build my open source games, and those games are intended to foster empathy for neurodiverse people. So I'm your host, Kirk M. Let's get into it. All right, you should now be seeing what I'm seeing. And yeah. First thing I figured I'd do is just give you a little demonstration of the game so far. But in order to do that, I need to... Sean Quinn, what's up, man? Hey, how you doing, brother? First thing I gotta do is make it not skip the intro, because that's super buggy anyway. So, save that. And we'll pause that because the game does have music. I'm just going to unmute it. So we'll launch it up and here we go. Starts with a little quote.
Damage report. I said damage report.
Sean, is the audio coming through okay for you? Should be, but it's nice you're here. You can confirm.
I understand that tensions are high right now.
Just Toxin making a beat, right on, dude. That sounds like a pleasant way to spend an afternoon. So yeah, anyway, this is the game thus far. Right on, bro. Right on. Yes, sir, as in the audio is coming through good? I think that's what you meant, but cheers. Well, yeah, that's what you meant, because you can hear me. So anyway, you're running along through the desert, you run into this little crab guy. You can hit it, but your robot tells you not to bother him. Audio and video are synced as well. Right on, that's perfect. Yeah. Has YouTube streaming ever had problems with that, Sean? Because I've never really streamed on YouTube that much before. I was on Twitch before, so I don't really know the deal. Anyway, this is the guy we're going to be creating the fight scene with today. So far, this is all there is to it. He just teleports when the music loops, and he kicks you from wherever he appears. And you got to be quick to dodge it. Also, when you're in these little visions, you can sort of run off screen and just appear on the other side. Fuck, got me. I guess we're swearing in these streams because I already dropped an F-bomb, but that's how that is. I'm trying to make this guy a bit of a tank because, like, realistically, he's the only guy you actually have to fight in the game. You neither, but it was good to know. Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, okay, so that's one thing we need to address is currently, as it stands, he does reappear after you kill him for the first time, or technically not kill him, but you defeat him for the first time. He does reappear, so that's on my to-do list of things to accomplish today. It's right here. So maybe we'll start there, because that should be relatively easy to hone in. The way in which I'm doing the whether or not you're in an encounter state currently is by, like, it's just a toggle basically. It's on or off. It's a Boolean value, true, false. So I think the more sensible thing to do would be to hook into an existing system that I have, which is the, oh my goodness, the story step. Yeah, because the story step is like an actual number, and this game is fairly linear. You kind of are just going to go straight across it. So I think that would make sense to just say, yeah, instead of this is encounter true or false thing, we could just like progress the story step. Or actually, maybe we could leverage both, and that would make it a little bit more robust. That's what I think we're gonna do here. So end the encounter, and when the encounter is finished, we'll say also story step increases. Story step plus plus. And then once the story steps increased, we can go into where we're spawning stuff out of my tile map. So I think I called that trip 1. Yeah, so if we go into the dot objects, will get us there. So the object.name is hero hand, and that's not it. Yeah, crab, shipwreck, willow, intro gate, which is just like a wall that blocks you from running into the game before the introduction's done. And trip, so it's any of the ones that start with trip in their name in the this guy, trip 1, for example. So then what we're gonna want to do is, I would say it probably, yeah, I'm already setting the data of the sprite that is representing like where this trip happens. I'm already setting a data value to a key here, which is just that name. So that'll be trip 1 in this case. So, you know, there's definitely better ways to do this, but for now, I think all I'm gonna do is start encounter starts the encounter, sets that to true. This increases the story step. So instead of just increasing the story step, wait, here, I know what we'll do. We'll do is encounter false, and we'll say this dot current trip equals null. So it's null when you're not in a trip. And we'll just say if this dot trip current trip ID. What is trip ID? Do I already have that somewhere? Oh, nice. Yeah, it's just being passed in there. Gotcha. So if the current trip is equal to trip 1, we'll advance the story step past the yeah, we still kind of need to do it on the other side though, so like we need to prevent it from reactivating. Although actually I just realized I am way overkilling this for now. We don't need none of this. Where did I put is in encounter? Yeah, current trip, that can go away. Current trip, no, nowhere else, okay. So yeah, current trip can go away, and literally all we have to do is just track the trip marker null, and then yeah, instead of passing in the trip ID, we'll pass in a trip marker. We'll assign trip marker to trip marker. Gosh darn it. And then once we have that, we just have to find where start encounter is being called. Yeah, right here. So nearest get data trip. Yeah, and then if that's all good, we can just pass in the nearest, which should be a reference to the sprite. Nearest equals S, and S is the sprite, yep. All right. So yeah, now that we've got that passed in, In the end encounter, we can literally just destroy that sprite. So encounter is done, and right at the end we'll just say this dot trip marker dot, I believe it's destroy, and this dot trip marker can be reset to null. There, that should solve our first bug. And actually I'm going to re-enable that skip introduction thing so we don't have to watch the intro 3 billion times. It's a little janky when I do this, but there. Now we're right where we want to be for testing. Alright, here we go.
Perhaps it's an outpost of some kind.
There you go. You hear the music swelling. He appears. We fight him. Oof, he got me. I get this feeling that it's actually faster to not use that double attack. Oh, there we are. Okay, we got him. I still hear the music though, which I shouldn't at this point. Let's see when if it loops, because it's when it loops that he appears. Right here. No, okay, so he didn't reappear. So I guess that just means somewhere something isn't being reset. It's my guess is it's in the update function down here, and it's probably in encounter. Yeah. Interesting. Double check that I did actually reset that to false, and encounter that makes it false, so yeah. Nearest enemy. I get the feeling I was doing this somewhere else, so let's just find enemies for each. Here we go. Yeah, well, on the music loop, that's right. Right, no, but this isn't where I'm handling the music, so it should actually be this one. Yeah, adaptive music, so... Oh, I see, it's because distance to enemy is null in this case, because the enemy was there and then it was destroyed. So really what we can just do is go back into here and encounter, and we can also just mute the volume. That should solve that. So now if this works, when we beat the bad guy, it's not going to keep looping this like danger music. Like there's the fight music, there's the layer of the music that's the fighting, and there's the music the layer that's the danger as well. And the danger music is kind of just like the bass and I forget something else, but anyway, I noticed on the last playthrough here it was still looping even though we'd killed him, or defeated him I should say. So, with any luck, if I can get him here. Let's see, here we go. Nope, still not. He got me again. There we go, bam, got him. And the music's still playing, cool. That's quite frustrating. Oh, I know why it's doing this. I totally get it. I gotcha. Okay, it's because we destroyed the trip marker sprite, but we didn't destroy it from the enemy's array. Okay, so let's see. Trip marker. This is super janky and I don't recommend children try this at home, but we'll just do it this way. Const trip ID equals this dot enemies dot find, or just say OG marker, use enemies dot find e, and we'll say e dot get data we'll say const trip ID equals this dot trip marker before we destroy it, get data trip ID. I believe that's what I called it, just maybe it isn't. Trip, I think, actually. That sounds right. Yeah. Yeah. So trip ID, trip, get data trip equals trip ID. So now we've got a reference to the enemies as well, or the version of this sprite that lives in the enemies, the reference to it, I guess. Now we'll say OG marker should probably, well, we'll try this way first. OG marker destroy and see what happens.
My sensors indicate very little organic life in this desert. However, there seems to be a large concentration 10 kilometers out. Perhaps it's an outpost of some kind.
Got him. Okay. And the music is still playing, so something didn't work there. Gosh darn it. Why is this being so frustrating? This shouldn't be that tricky. Okay, here's a thought. Set data done true. Might as well, for good measure, just set it in the same place that we're setting this one. Done false. There. And now let's see. End encounter done true. We don't even have to destroy it at this point, so we can do away with that whole trip marker thing. I think. No, we do still need the trip marker. Okay, so leave that alone. OG marker done. And we'll just add a special condition to this here. So we'll say this, and we'll say nearest enemy dot get data done. No, get data. No such data. Oh. Returns the specified data. If there is no such data, returns an empty string. Oh, okay, that's good to know. So we'll say get data trip ID does not equal empty string, I guess, and nearest data enemy get data oh wait, no, it's not trip ID, it's trip, that's right. And then we want done equals true. And it actually would be an, it should be an or somewhere here, not just ands across the board. Or actually, no, I think I've done that right. And both of these things be true. Yeah, that makes sense in my brain. Let's test it again and hope to goodness gracious that it works. All right.
There seems to be a large concentration 10 kilometers.
Oh, no, it's not working because it's not even... Yeah, no, because now it's not even playing the danger music. My gosh. Okay, let's just make this simpler, easier on my brain, and just say if oh yeah, that's what we can do. If nearest enemy dot get data done equals an empty string, or nearest enemy get data done equals true. There, that I think is how it should have been done. Yeah, I think I just had that backwards in my head, but that's okay. Just another layer of nesting my conditions, but I'm not too concerned about that.
There seems to be a large concentration.
Except it's not working. My God.
Perhaps it's an outpost of some kind.
Yeah, it's still not. Come on, buddy. Let's. Oh, yeah. Why would I not just like debug this a little? My goodness. Console.log. See what it actually is. That would be helpful, probably. So nervous. I'm streaming. I haven't streamed like this in a while. It's scurry.
There seems to be a large
False. Okay, so it's false. Ah, yes, of course. So really, it just has to not be false. Does not equal false. There.
My sensor is finding very little organic life in this desert. However,
False.
there seems to be a large concentration 10 kilometers.
So why is it not even setting it still? Come on, man. Wait, because it is equal. Oh. Please, for the love of Jeebus, let's get this going.
My sensor is finding very little organic
Here we go.
in this desert.
Here we go.
There seems to be
Yep, I heard the danger music. Good sign.
Perhaps it's an outpost of some
Okay, now we wait for it to loop. Now we beat this guy up. Probably could have lowered his max health while I was doing this. I made it a little extreme anyway. Notice how he fades out as you beat him up. I thought that was a nice touch. Nice. Now it's undefined, so that documentation was lying to me. It's not an empty string, it's actually just undefined. Wait, what? So it was false, now it's true. I'm so confused. I mean, it's working, so how about we say IDK, period, done. Moving on. Cool, but that is good news. We got one of the things done. Fixed the post-combat respawn bug, I think. Actually, yeah, no, it should be good now. Maybe just one. We'll test it again eventually, I'm sure, but I think that's done. So, next up is I wanted to draw an animation for when the villain takes damage, so when you're actually hitting him with the sword, and also code in that animation like into the actual game. So let's get started on that, shall we? For all my pixel art nowadays, I'm using a sprite. So let's open up my villain file, zoom it on in. All right, so we have our kick, a merge, and float animation. Let's maybe take a frame from here. Boop. We'll say option, I think N, yeah. N, and then we have to just adjust this so it only goes to 20, not 21. Oh, actually that's the same, right? More or less, so yeah, why not? We'll just start here. So let's see, make a new frame and turn onion skinning on. Oh, I guess I can turn the chill music back on now that we're done testing that. Plus, realistically, that music would get a little old, so there we are. Nice. Damn, these headphones are actually loud. These earbuds I got, that's kind of sick. They're like 15 bucks. That's kind of what's up. So, let's see here. Boink, get that done. Just leave the onion skinning on. So I'm just thinking now about what this animation is actually going to look like, right? So maybe he'll just kind of like wah with his arms, and then I can even make it so he gets pushed back a little in the code. So I'll just have it kind of go all the way out first, I reckon. Right. And then probably make that kind of go out a bit too, not too far, probably about there, and I'll just ditch that other pixel. Right, so something like that. It's nice that he's a silhouette because it makes him like super easy to animate. It's a big deal, like making sure your sprites are easy to animate. A lot of people don't take that into account, and myself included, because my character sprite, the main guy, is Isaiah. Isaiah is pretty difficult to animate at times, for sure. So let's see here. This arm will also go out a bit, so it'll be like a little bit of a ball, and then he'll slide back. Y'all will see what I'm talking about in a moment. Doop doop. probably about good. And then have his coat go out this way too. Wait, does that make sense? No, I don't think so. Should probably get closer to his body, I would think. And then kind of wrap around like it did. Maybe from a little bit lower. Yeah, that seems all right. I don't quite love the bottom here, so maybe let's just shimmy this over a little. Yeah, that's better. Right, so he's kind of flying out. The tie, do I want to change the tie? Probably. Let's just go make it a little bit smaller. Kind of tweaked off to the side there. And then I guess what I could do is kind of have his legs angled about a bit, and then he'll be kind of being like pushed back. I think that would work. Right, that makes sense to me. Maybe just all the way up. And then here, this one can also be shifted out a bit. I actually really like drawing pixel art. I find it really, well, generally speaking, I find it quite relaxing. And as for always, I will just copy the hat from the last frame, probably just reposition it a little. Oops, yoink, Control C, boop boop, and oops. Come on. There we go. Kind of make it like he's, yeah, shifted maybe a little too far. Let's go like here maybe. Bam. And then I guess just like 2 frames of him coming back from that. So go 1 frame, 2 frames. And then by the last frame, he's back in his standing position, which is actually this frame. So I can delete that frame, move this one back here, and then back to that. So yeah, and then on this frame, we can just boop, delete that, have the onion skin, boop, delete that, have the onion skin. So yeah, now I gotta kind of draw between these 2 points that you can see and represented with the onion skin. I'm gonna start with the legs, zoom it in just a bit further, ditch my timeline, and we'll say, just have this one kind of a pixel over-ish. Same with the other one. About there, probably. There, and then his arms will be a little bit more noticeable in their change. So probably just like there. down, follow this back up. We could just get away with doing that, couldn't we? And then his tie, I think I'm just gonna have go back right to the original, which would be on this frame. Snag that. Copy. And paste that right where it should be. And for the hat can probably go back to its original position too. I don't think that's gonna hurt nobody. So there you go, that's the hat's original position. Actually, why don't we have that kind of be the last thing that snaps back? That seems like it would work. In fact, I might even, yeah, bring it out a little more. Boop, boop, boop. There, so now we've gone from that to that, then we'll do one more between those two. So, first of all, might as well paste the hat. I'm gonna have it hold at that position, which would be right here. And then we'll go something like this. Just have that move down a little more and a little further out, I think. And then this. Legs can at this point basically be back in their original position. Yeah, looking decent. Just confirming which one that position is. Yeah, I'm on the right path here. I think that'll do. Oops, not if I don't close that line though. Boink, 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 boink. Just get the bow tie and we are probably good to go. Now let's zoom it out a bit, turn off the onion skinning, tag this animation, new tag, this will be villain dash, let's say DMG for damage, villain damage, boink, boink, boink. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And if he's sliding back while that's playing, I think that's solid. Then just revert to the floating animation. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'd almost argue that, yeah, on this frame, we should maybe just consider actually flipping this so that it kind of goes the other way. Let's try that. No, I think I liked it better the first way. Don't really know if it's logically, physically sound, but nah, it works, it works. Go with that. All right, so now we can export this bad boy. Should have the file paths right, but I'm just gonna take a double check. Public sprites, that is correct. Cancel, export, yes. Awesome. Now we're done with drawing for now. Let's get back to coding and draw his damage. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is with this stream, I am capping myself at 2 hours. I don't, like, thereabouts. If I'm right on the precipice of finishing something, then I'll continue, but as it stands, I don't really want to go beyond 2 hours. So let's see. So we've got our new animation for the villain. So let's open up his sprite file. And where is he being damaged? It's when he overlaps with his target's attack box, his target being the hero. So if alpha is greater than 0, yeah, so this is where he's taking his damage. We'll say this dot play. I'm just going to confirm I'm not going to be fighting with the update function. No, I won't. So we'll say key. Actually, it's just a one shot that I'm playing here, so I don't even need to be fancy about this. We'll say this dot play villain damage. Oops. I actually kind of like that villain dot damage, but anyway. So when the villain damage gets played, maybe I'll just test and make sure that at least works first. So get ourselves into an encounter with him right about here. Dum-de-doo. There he is. There we go. That looks way better already. Although actually I do need to chain off of that with a fancier animation function, which would be the key of villain float, except I know I spelled this in a weird way, so villain float. Villain float. So I think I spelled that right, but I know I've spelled one of them wrong. Should probably fix that, but come back to that at a different time. Repeat, -1, yo-yo, true. So it'll bounce back and forth between the start and end frame. So there, so now it should revert him to his floating idle stance after he, let's try it out. So we'll go boom, boom. Nice, that looks pretty good. Pretty good. Boom, 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 boom. I almost like it if he doesn't slide back. It makes him seem more ghostly to me, that he's just taking damage and just sort of sitting there. Maybe when I'm doing the voiceovers, I could even make him like laugh as you're damaging him. Like he's like, ha ha ha, bring it on. You can't see me. John Cena. Oof. Yeah, actually, I like that. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Yikes. There we go, got him. Cool, yeah, that works for me. The only thing is, I do feel as though it's a bit over the top how many times you have to hit him, so I'm gonna say minus equals like 0.05 instead of 0.02. So that should result, oops, forgot I'm wearing a microphone. Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. That should result in having it so that it takes 20 hits to kill him. Let's see how that feels. Should be okay. I think it'll be better, actually. Here we go. Here he is. Bam, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Got him. Yeah, so then you can, in theory, beat him up before he teleports twice. Yeah, like he appears, 10 hits, he reappears, 10 hits, he's dead. At least for the first encounter, that seems reasonable. Although, I do kind of want to make him have some kind of way he can like evade attacks or something like that. But anyway, draw for taking damage and code in, that's done. Yeah, right, I already wrote it in actually. Draw and code the evade animation. I'm just wondering if I even... You know, maybe what I could do, here's a thought. For his evasive attack, maybe the thing I could do would be to, how can I put this? Like flip a coin in a sense. So we'll start up here. We'll say const, do I have pmath in here? I think I do. Yeah, I do. Const, we'll make it like a 1 in, I don't know, a 1 in 5, that'd be like a 20% chance he evades. Seems a little high, so maybe 1 in 10, like a 10% chance that he evades every time when you hit him. So you gotta hit him 10 times anyway, so you gotta think it's likely that he'll evade at least once. So we'll say const do evade equals pmath dot between, not Bernstein, between 1 and 10 equals 10. So if he equals 10, and now we'll say if do evade, otherwise we'll do all this stuff that we already had, so that's a successful hit. And then otherwise we'll do the same animation, but we will get the direction we're facing and flip it. So we'll go move dir equals, actually I like to just abbreviate that to dir for direction. So move, the direction is going to be this dot flip x question mark. So if he is flipped, then we'd want to move in a positive direction, otherwise a negative direction. Right, I think that makes sense. And then we'll just say, I've done this code several times, so I'm just gonna find an instance of it and copy it. So it's like tweens dot something. Add counter, that's the one. Add counter, yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's actually basically exactly this. So that works out. Or actually, I'm gonna do this a little differently. Yeah, I'm gonna do this a little differently. I'm gonna say Let's see. I could just set the velocity, couldn't I? Yeah. This dot body, set velocity x, because there's currently nothing stopping this, and I'll add that in a minute. Let's just say for now a speed of, what's the hero movement speed? Should be right at the top, 120. So let's make it a little faster than the hero can move. That'll be interesting. Let's make it like 150 times direction. Right. And then in the, if I already have one, I'll be stoked, but I don't know that I do. That's okay. I can just say this dot on, animation complete. And we'll get the key of the animation. If the key is equal to villain damage. If the key of the animation is equal to villain damage, then we just simply stop the velocity. Body set velocity x 0. Right. So if he's flipped. Oh, you know what? I realized I did something wrong here. Oh yeah, we don't need. Wait, what? Invincible equals false. I think that's not working. I'm gonna just comment that out for now because I think that's effectively what I'm trying to do right here. But let's see here. This dot body set velocity x dir, but yeah, I've done this part wrong. So it shouldn't be based on his flip x. It should be this dot x is greater than this dot t dot x. Nope, t dot x. There. Now that should, I think, work. So now let's try and smash him in the game, beat him up with our cool lightsaber. Let's see. There he is. Bang, bang. Okay. Oh, there it is. Ah, yeah, nice. So it is random that he does it. Shoot. So he's not always going to do it, but it seems reasonable. A 10% chance. Got him. Didn't actually make him that much harder, although I guess I got hit twice, so it's reasonable. Hold on, I got a better idea. Make the direction pmath dot between, let's say 2, 1, or 1 and 2, I should say. 1 and 2 minus 1. So that should give us, wait. Have I done this right? Hold on. So it's either going to be 1 or 2. You subtract 1. Oh, subtract 2. Oh, goodness. I just want a number between, let's just say math.random greater than 0.5. Or let's say greater than equal to 0.5. Doesn't really matter. Question mark, -1 or 1. Also doesn't matter. But now what's going to happen is when he does decide to evade, which I'm also going to turn up the chance of a little bit. Yeah. He's going to randomly either go forward or backward, so he might like pass through you or slide away from you. See how this looks. If he even does it. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, but he's got to go faster in that, if that's how I'm going to do it, because otherwise you can still hit him. He's still like in the attack box, which is weird, but... Ooh, although... Did I ever even tune his attack box? I should probably check that. Turn debugged physics debugging, turn that on. Now... Hero, that's the wrong file. Oh, my brain's getting mushy, guys. Add this an hour, cool. So yeah, do evade. Right, I just need to increase the speed, which is right here. So we'll just make that like 250. Would be really cool to add some kind of a neat effect to it too, like a contrail off him or something. I would really like to do that. Might have to do a little Google fooing to figure out how to do that in Phaser, but where there's a will, there's a way. Oh yeah, dude, I totally didn't mess with his hitbox. You can hit him from like way back here. Okay, I gotta fix that real quick. So let's just say this dot body set size. I'll say width. Let's see, first of all, what is his actual width in the editor? Be like here to there, say. So he's about 23, let's say 20. Say 20. His width should be 20. Or wait, no, hold on. Body dot size? No. With the body in pixels, if the body is circular, da 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 da. If you wish to change the width, use the body set size method. The width of the static body's boundary in pixels. You know what, sure, let's just use set size, change it to 20, see what happens. Is it required that I put a second argument? Let's see. Nope. Okay, let's try it. So I just had the thought that like even if it is just a little square inside of his body, it actually doesn't really matter. Oh, that was weird. My screen just had a little moment, but it seems okay. Oh yeah, look at that. Like it's a little bit off, but you know what? That's probably fine. Yeah, this is good. Now it's like he's gonna just come back. Yeah, cool. And yeah, we can make him like cackle or something once I get some voice work for him from my buddy Koo. Nice. What's up? Alrighty, our hero or our baddie has another move in his arsenal. Now he can dodge. And I didn't have to do another animation for it because that first animation kind of just worked. Oops. Option D. Boom. Yeah, now the other two things I had on my list. Pardon me. The other two things I had on my list were to do a Another two things I had on my list were to do a draw and code a like defeated / have mercy on me animation. So I was just thinking him like kind of, I guess just down on his knees or something with his top hat falling off or something. Or no, you know, he could even just keep the hat on, just drop to his knees and kind of like, I don't know what he should do with his arms though. Maybe he could drop to like all fours, so like his hands and knees. Because one of the themes in this game is going to be that like you actually have to not completely finish him off when you fight him. So yeah, let's draw like an animation of him dropping to his hands and knees. Right, so let's see here. Go option B. Nice, so B is the way to make it empty frame, which actually I don't want to do, so we'll do option D. There, oh, D, that's how you get it to escape out of a tag. Nice. Awesome, okay. So we're starting here. Get a new frame in there. Turn onion skinning on. Oh, you know what would be cooler, because he is kind of like this weird ethereal beast, is like maybe I could just do effectively the emerge thingy animation, but in reverse. How would that look, I wonder? And then it's like his hat just sits there. Oh yeah, dude, that would be way cooler. All right, so bugger that. I'm not actually gonna mess. I'm just gonna reuse another animation, baby. Let's do it. So, to make that happen, we're gonna have to go into where his, yeah, so if his alpha's over 0, do all this stuff. But I think, we'll say if this dot alpha, oh, hang on. Yeah, if this dot alpha less than or equal to 0.2, so when he's like quite faded out, after I guess, I don't know, 12, no, so some amount of hits, I can't do math. Anyway, once his alpha's down to 20%, we'll do some special behavior. Otherwise, oh, you know what, actually? Actually, I could probably do this in a slightly different way. We'll say, so yeah, if his alpha is greater than 0, we're first checking if he evades or not. Cool. If he doesn't evade, this is, I think, where we'll do it. We'll say if this dot alpha is greater than 0.2, just do the regular stuff. Actually, no, we don't even, because we're gonna want the particle explosion either way. So, else, so otherwise, we'll just play his emerge function, or not function, but his emerge animation, villain emerge. Yeah, that's the one I spelled weird. Villain emerge, but we're gonna want to play it in reverse. Key that. Reverse? Reverse? No. Backwards? Oh, I think it's play reverse. Play, yeah, play reverse. Here we go. So actually, yeah, I don't even need the key. That's nice. Or the object to pass in. Just pass in a string. Let's see how this goes. Nice. Okay, so now in theory, if this works, when his health gets below a certain point and we're still beating on him, he's just gonna turn into his hat. Oof. Oh, okay, but he did resume that. So I think that means somewhere else. We'll say and this dot alpha greater than 0.2 because we don't want him taking damage, or sorry, we don't want him evading if he's, oh wait, less than or equal to, in fact. Wait, no, greater than. Yeah, sorry, greater than. So if he's still above his 0.2 health, then he can evade. If not, he can't. So at that point, once he can't evade, if his alpha is greater than 2, he takes regular damage and goes back to floating. And then otherwise, he just does that. So, oh, I see. Let's say we can just put a condition in here. We'll just say part of that seems wrong to me, but I'm just gonna ignore it for now because it seems to be working, and just say and this dot alpha greater than 0.2. Right? That makes sense. And we're gonna have to make it so that on the loop of the music, he will no longer teleport. Oh wait, I think I just have a function called teleport. Yeah, so in here I can just say wrap this entire thing in this dot alpha greater than 0.2. So otherwise he's just not going to teleport, he's just going to be a wimp and sit there. But that's kind of the point, is you have to spare his life to actually get to the good end of the game. So I guess I'll also have to set a timer, like a countdown of some kind, that once you've beaten him down, he's gotta like just chill there. Right, here we go. Ooh, got me good there. There, now he's just a hat on the ground. And he still watches you, which I don't love. And, ooh, okay, that's not right. Because I do want it to be possible to. So maybe in here, alpha is greater than 0.2. Oh, that's the damage. Else if this dot alpha equals 0.2, right? So then it should only play it when he hits the 0.2 mark. And then I also wanted to make it so he doesn't just follow you. So if alpha is less than or equal to 0, yeah, so set flip x right here. So if we'll say if alpha greater than 0.2, then he'll continue to sort of watch you in a sense. Otherwise, let's see here, let's go. Bam, 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 got him. Okay, now he got away for a second. Oh, there he goes. Nice, nice try. Bro, come on. I think that 8 mark is pretty good. Oh, but now he didn't go into his emerge. Jeez. Let's just console log his alpha so we can pay attention to what it is. It's 1 at the beginning, which is correct. Bam, bam, 9.5. Oh yeah, it is not doing that properly. Shoot. Okay, well, if we're stepping in, you know what? I'll just make a flag for it. I'll just call it constructor. We'll say this dot defeated is false, and we'll say if this is not defeated, bam, and then inside of here, we'll say alpha, we'll just say else if not this dot defeated, and then here we'll just say defeated equals true. There, that ought to solve it for us. Just make sure I'm not still logging the alpha. Nope, so I don't need that. Bam, let's go. My laptop's a little toasty. Goodness. Alright, here we go. Bam, he appears, beat on him a little bit. Got me. Bam, bam, bam. He should be going down pretty soon. There he goes. Hat doesn't follow me anymore, but we can have him talk still, and you can still defeat him if you want to be mean. So that's cool. And then the final piece of this is going to just be to set a timer where for now we'll do a timer. Once I get voiceovers in here, we'll like replace it after like a little dialogue cutscene or something. But for now, this way ought to work. So yeah, defeated is true, and we'll say this dot scene dot add event. No. Time dot delayed call. We'll wait, say 5 seconds, and then we'll say this dot scene dot end encounter. And there we go. That should do it. So now once you knock him down to his hat, you can either wait and spare his quote-unquote life, even though he's really just an illusion, but you can choose to have mercy on him, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. So, Got a good dodge on there. Another one. Nice, doing better. Ooh. Blah, 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 blah. There he goes. So we know that destroying the hat will do it. Let's wait, and boom, look at that. We're out of the encounter. Nice. Alright, I'm just going to test it and make sure destroying the hat also does it. Destroying the hat also does it, but I need to update the end state of the game because that's kind of part of it. So, I think, you know, we'll do this. I'm going to finish this off. I'm going to do one more playthrough, like a full playthrough. Make sure everything's working the way I imagine. And then, really, you know, oh, we have a bug. Cannot read properties of null. Reading get data. Oh. That was for that super heinous bug fix I did earlier, I think. Cannot read properties of null. End encounter. Yeah, trip marker, right, okay. So trip marker is null. That sucks. Where was that again? That was in end encounter. So trip ID is trip marker get data. You know, a better way would be to actually store that in the villain because it's always going to be available. So why don't we do that? We'll say villain. Villain.getID data trip. Then this trip marker is basically obsolete. Wait, no, that's villain. These go away. Trip marker null, don't need that. Trip marker there is good, but actually we'll just say trip ID, or just trip because that's where I'm calling it elsewhere. Then we'll find that. Trip ID, just call it trip here too, just for the sake of my sanity. Starts with trip, bam, bam, bam. Okay, that's fine. The done thing, I'll leave that alone for now because I don't know if I'm gonna still need that. I might. Now, here we are. Start encounter nearest dot get data trip. Yeah, I know that's actually undefined, not an empty string. The docs were lying to me. Dun dun. So let's see here. So you're starting the encounter, passing in the trip ID, and then we can then in start encounter, we'll say this dot villain set data trip. And then we get the data trip from the villain, find the marker. It's no longer the OG marker, so just the marker. Yeah, that in my mind makes sense. So let's just try and test it out and see what happens. There we go. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, got me. Bam, 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 bam. There he goes. Now I think this was on the beat up the hat scenario. Yeah, there you go. Now it's not breaking. Excellent. And he's reappearing again. Oh my god. Dude, this is painful. Why don't I just do a super hacky approach? We'll say set position 0, 0. Don't need any of this extra crap. And here, get data done. None of that matters anymore. Now it's all just about the distance, and the distance should be far away, so done. Doesn't need to be a thing. There, let's just try this. And actually I'm gonna pause the music and replay, or play the game music so we can actually hear if it's working. Because this is all audio based.
A large concentration 10 kilometers out.
Perhaps it's an outpost of some kind.
Come on, come at me, bro. Oh, jerk. Well, that didn't seem encouraging. Why did it flash again? Because it's seemingly worked, but it did another flash. What was that about? Y'all see that? I saw that. Still, you know.
It's a tree.
I wonder how it's alive all the way out here.
Curious.
All right. Yeah, I just want to... I'm going to disable the skip. False. And in the villain... Well, I think I'm just setting... What am I doing? I'm just setting the frame of the tree, I believe. Let's just double check. Doob. Yeah, set frame 1, refactor me. Copy it, including the comment, because I will have to refactor this. But in the villain, if you beat him, like truly beat him up, yeah, else alpha equals 0, right in here, we'll say this.scene.willow, refactor. My laptop is, actually it's doing okay, it's just the fans kicked up. Yeah, CPU's at 24%, I'm alright. Maybe I'll close this for good measure. Oh, it's... What? Huh. Sorry, I'm just checking out my stream. Is this what y'all are seeing? I sincerely hope it hasn't just been my starting soon screen this whole time. Oh no, it's just like way lagged behind on this panel, which is fine. I think that's okay. Should be good. Yeah, it says I'm still live. I think we're good. Anyway.
Damage report. I said damage report.
With all due respect, sir, cool your jets.
I don't have time for this. Let's.
Sir, please.
Yeah, so let's do our full playthrough now.
But I advise you
Do
to
a
take
couple
deep
of them,
breath and
try
keep
and
calm.
spare him in one and beat him up in the other.
My sensors indicate very little organic life in this desert. However, there seems to be a large concentration 10 kilometers out.
Perhaps it's an outpost of some kind.
Life form ahead. Seems harmless though.
Here we go. Now we're in the fight with them. There, now he's, let's not spare him this time and hope that there was that weird flash bug again, but I think that'll be for another time. I don't really know if I want to dig into that right now. So it should be the dead tree we see here, because we didn't spare him.
It's.
Nope,
A
it's the
tree.
alive tree. Okay. Ayo. Oh, right. Probably because that's getting tripped before anything else. Which actually makes sense. So, less than or equal to 0. We'll do that, throw this in that part too. Bublam. Wait, was end encounter should have been in there too, right? Yeah, end encounter, and set the frame of that to 0 or 1. And if my tired eyes can find this, ditch that out of there. That's just setting his alpha directly to 0. Okay, playthrough attempt 2.
Damage report. I said damage report.
With all due respect, sir, cool your jets.
I don't have time for this. Let's.
Sir, please. I understand that tensions are high right now.
But I advise you to take a deep breath and keep calm. My sensors indicate very little organic life in this desert. However, there seems to be a large concentration 10 kilometers out.
Perhaps it's an outpost of some kind.
Life form ahead. Seems harmless though.
Okay, we'll get him here. See, there did the flash bug again. Don't know what that's about, but again, I'm just gonna ignore that and hope that we see a dead tree here, because I beat up his hat. Let's see here.
It's a tree.
I wonder how it's alive all the way out here.
Curious.
Okay. Yep, right. Anyway. Back to Earth. That was good. That was a good test. Because that was a successful test because,
Damage
or a successful find, yeah, whatever.
I see.
That worked because when we
Due respect,
didn't
sir,
spare him,
who are your
took him
debts?
out,
I don't
then he was
Sir, please. I understand that
he
tensions are high right now.
was what? He was
But I advise you to take a deep breath and keep calm.
we saw the dead tree. That's what I'm trying to say. Man, I'm tired already.
Sensors indicate very little organic life in this
Alright.
desert. However,
Now we're just gonna
there seems
spare
to
him
be
this
a large
time
concentration 10 kilometers out.
in hope that we
Perhaps
see
it's an outpost of
the
some kind.
good tree. The happy willow tree. See if we see that.
Life form ahead. Seems harmless though.
Alright, here we go. Right, now we're sparing him this time, so we won't destroy his hat. Nice. I just had a good thought, I think. That might solve a bug. Hold on. I'm gonna do this, because this is an easy one. In end encounter, yeah, that's where we're setting the marker, and that's why we're tracking the marker, period. So why not just boop, 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 and then, yeah, don't worry about that. Trip sprite, let's just be explicit so that I'm not confusing myself later. Pass in nearest. And then, or let's just call it marker. Marker, set position 0, 0 in the start of the encounter, which I think is going to make a difference. Also, I just realized I think I got excited and I didn't. Did I test the tree? I don't even know, man. I'm tired.
Damage.
Okay.
I said damage.
With all due respect, sir, who are your debts?
I don't have time for this. Let's.
Sir, please. I understand that tensions are high right now.
But I advise you to take a deep breath and keep calm. My sensors indicate very little organic
Alright, let's see
life in
here.
this desert. However, there seems to be a large concentration 10 kilometers out.
Perhaps it's an outpost of some kind.
Life form ahead.
So this time I'm, what am I testing? Good lord. Gotta spare him, I think. Am I sparing him? What am I testing? Yeah, I guess I'll spare him. I don't think it matters. I think I'm just testing if I fixed that weird repeat flash bug. Okay, we'll spare him. Oh, actually, I had one other thought that I'm going to do after this. I'm going to make it so that the battle ends on the... Yeah, I'm going to make it so the battle ends on...
It's
Yeah,
a
nice.
tree.
So there you go. We see the happy tree because we spared him.
How it's alive all the way.
Great. Now, yeah, I'm just going to... where we're setting that timer is where it's happening. What's up? Not much. I'm almost done. Okay. You been here long? Okay. Let's see. Villain, teleport. What am I doing? Right. I add delayed event. And the villain, delayed call, whatever. Scene not end encounter. So I'm just going to do it on the music loop, which I guess would have to happen in the scene because I think that's where I'm tracking that. Yeah, it's where where he teleports. Oh, or I could just do it in the teleportation function. So yeah, that makes sense. So if it's greater than 2, he'll teleport and keep fighting. Otherwise, end encounter. So now it should like when the music loops is when like the music will swell and then boosh, you'll be out of the encounter, which makes sense to me.
Sir, please. I understand that tensions are high right now.
But I advise you to take a deep breath and keep calm.
Alrighty, here we go.
My sensors indicate very little organic life in this desert. However, there seems to be a large concentration 10 kilometers out.
Perhaps it's an outpost of some kind.
Here we go.
Life form
So we're going to spare him
seems
and just observe the sort of exit of the encounter. And also that weird extra flash should be sorted out now too. So I'm just going to pay attention for both those things. So we're sparing him. Nice. Dragon Apple. Hi. What's this game about? Dragon Apple, you caught me kind of at the end of the stream, more or less. But basically, it's a game about this guy here. His name's Isaiah. He crash lands his ship on planet Earth, but it's way, way, way in the future. And the planet Earth he crashes on is deserted and has been for many, many, many years. And it's just a little simple mini game, and it's sort of trying to express lots of different themes, but one of the core themes it's trying to express is forgiveness. So, for example, what we've coded today, I can just show you actually. What we've coded today is a system where you can either defeat the enemy completely or he kind of becomes helpless after a certain point, and then if you spare him you get a good ending. If you don't spare him you get like a not good ending, basically. And the end of the game is just a tree that's either dead or alive. So here you go. This is the game so far.
My sensors indicate very little organic life in this desert. However,
Right, so
there seems to be a large concentration 10 kilometers out.
Perhaps it's an outpost of some kind.
Life form ahead. Seems harmless though.
so this is like a just kind of casual enemy, doesn't even hurt you. So it's not even an enemy. You can just swipe at it, and you again, if you kill that enemy, you'll also receive the dead tree at the end of the game. And now this is the actual enemy that we're approaching now. And it's all kind of in the character's head because he just appears like this, right? And then we trained him to dodge in this episode, so he can do that now too. And he kicks when he comes back in. Oh, but there you go. So that wasn't the best example because the music looped. So will be like a number of endings, Dragon Apple says. Yeah, just 2 endings basically. So we're gonna see the happy ending now because the game is not finished yet. So that's all there actually is so far. But this will be the happy ending. You'll see in a moment. There's the little kilometer countdown at the top. Once that gets to 0, you're at the end of the game.
I wonder
So there you
how
go.
it's alive all the way out here.
Curious.
Whereas, and then it sort of completes the quote from the beginning. So that's the good ending. Whereas if you are bad during the game and you either kill one of the innocent little bug guys, or you just like have no mercy and just beat him up when he's just fallen down into his hat, then you will also
I understand that tensions are high.
see the not good ending.
But I advise you to
Sorry, I'm really tired all of a sudden. Like, this stream took it out of me, actually. It has almost been 2 hours now, so I will be ending the stream quite shortly, probably just after this demonstration. But thanks for coming out, Dragon Apple.
to be a large concentration 10
If you're curious in seeing this game develop further, I plan on doing at least, well, no, I plan on doing 1 development stream a week. I'm not sure exactly what day of the next week it'll be. But, so yeah, here, for example, I'll just show you this real quick. You can beat up this bug guy.
Honestly, I don't know.
There you go. So we killed him, so we're already destined to see the dead tree. Now we're hearing the danger music again. And then, bam, here's the actual enemy. But he's in your head, hence he kind of goes into a vision. Got me there. Okay, we'll let him come back around. Oh, damn, he still got me. There, now we should be able to get him. Boom. So we defeated him that time, like actually had no mercy, beat him up when he just fell into his hat. Also, there's going to be dialogue eventually in the fight scenes. So when there's dialogue, it'll kind of, the context of it, it'll make a bit more sense. There you go. So yeah, now we see a dead version of the same tree.
Why did my sensors pick it up? It looks dead.
Curious.
Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you for tuning in, Dragon Apple and Sean Quinn. I think that will be it for today's stream. I'm just silently pulling up in the background the stream to see if it was like messed up at all. But I think we're good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well.
Yep, we're good. You're going to hear me talking over myself in a moment. But anyway, thanks for coming out, everybody who tuned in. I hope you had a good time. I had a pretty good time for the most part. I got a little tired towards the end there. But I guess that's a good reminder that streaming is like pretty serious, pretty heavy. You got to be in the zone and ready for it. But that's okay. I'll keep that in mind, and I will see y'all next time. Okay. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye. Oh, and if you end up subscribing to the channel and turn on the little dingling bell, you should be able to, I think it notifies you when I post like a upcoming stream, because I'm not exactly sure which day of the week next week I'm going to do it. It kind of depends on my work schedule. Anyway,